Hey, ladies and gents, welcome back. This is going to be part two to a remake I made a pretty, long time ago, like towards the beginning of my channel. So this is going to be a remake of that What If. So this is part two of that. The like goal in this video is going to be 100 likes. Make sure to like and subscribe. Check out my Discord. I'll leave a link to that in the description. And with that being said, let's do a brief recap of what actually happened in the last part. That was pretty good, not gonna lie. First try. Gotta say. All I gotta say. Anyway, what actually happened in the last part is we discussed that Madara was a Saiyan. That's about it. And yeah, let's get into the what if. So the bell test happened. Naruto and Sasuke, they ended up they ended up clutching it for Sakura because she didn't do anything because she's useless. And they ended up beginning on their secret mission to guide the bridge builder named Tazuna. That's basically where we left off. And yeah, just in case you forgot, Madara is a Saiyan. No, I don't know why I decided to do that, other than for pure plot convenience. So yeah, that's just kind of why the hell not? It works. No, nobody's gonna complain, probably, hopefully. I don't know. We'll find out. But yeah, so let's just get into the what if then. So we're gonna start off with everybody leaving the village, or everybody from Team 7, and they leave. Kakashi is seemingly, killed and everything like that. Naruto doesn't notice anything because, he's still a really not unexperienced ninja and everything like that. He wouldn't notice the puddle, and he doesn't have a Sharingan activated or anything like that, and so he would not be able to see, the Kakashi go with his genjutsu or whatever the fuck he did. So he and Sasuke both end up taking down one of the Chunin brothers, and they take him down, and they don't need Kakashi's help when he does end up coming back. Neither of them freeze like Naruto did in the original, except for Sakura, because she's Sakura. She's Sakura, so it doesn't really matter all too much. So they continue on walking, and Naruto notices something. He's like, I wonder what this mist is, because usually there isn't just random. Well, actually, sometimes there is just random mist when you're walking, but Naruto thinks it's a little odd, and he's like, Kakashi Sensei, why is there this mist that's going around me? Kakashi turns, gives Naruto a really dumb look, and then he's just like, if you don't want to die, duck your head down. Naruto's like, what? And before getting his head chopped off by, no, I'm kidding. He ducks down. Zabuza's sword flies overhead because, Kakashi noticed it. And then he was just like, this fucking kid is an idiot. Damn. No, I'm kidding. Naruto isn't that dumb. But yeah, come on. You got to make at least a little bit of humor in the what ifs. Come on. You got to do what you got to do. Got to do what you got to do. So Naruto ducks down. He doesn't get his head chopped off or anything like that. Zabuza would go and he'd jump onto his sword. Kakashi would go and he'd challenge him because he doesn't really want Naruto or Sasuke or even the useless Sakura to go and challenge Zabuza because he thinks they might die. They think he doesn't want him to get hurt because, he hasn't really passed any teams yet. And he needs somebody to be his friend, doesn't he? Come on. So basically, Kakashi would have his fight with Zabuza. It would go basically exactly the same. They would fight for a little bit, and Kakashi would end up getting trapped inside of a water prison. Zabuza would be all happy and upbeat. He'd be like, hey, I just got this dude. I'm gonna get such... Kakashi probably had a bounty on his head, and he's just like, I'm gonna get the bounty from him. I'm gonna get paid by the gang leader, and all I have to do is take out these kids that are in front of me. This is gonna be so easy. All I gotta do is just take out these two genin. Look at them. They're 12 years old. What the fuck are they gonna do to me? At this, Naruto and Sasuke just kind of begin walking over to Zabuza. With Naruto actually being a lot smarter, he made a shadow clone. It basically left, or not left, but it kind of went around from behind. It went under the water, and now it's swimming. Zabuza didn't notice this happen, obviously, because Naruto is just a G like that, and it's swimming under Zabuza at this point. Zabuza's focusing on the two kids that are casually walking towards him, so he doesn't notice. As his leg gets grabbed and he gets yanked underwater, his hand leaving the water prison, and Kakashi being like, I didn't even know the frickin' shadow clone went under the water. When the fuck did that happen? Damn, bitch, damn. Because Naruto's using the shadow clones, a lot better than he did in the original. He can still make a lot of them and everything like that, but, he actually knows how to use them. He doesn't need to reveal to a bunch of people that he has a shadow clone. The second Zabuza went under the water, the shadow clone dispelled itself, making it so that Naruto, didn't reveal his secret. And Zabuza's like, what the fuck was that? What the fuck did you just do to me, kid? And Naruto's like, get wrecked, scrub. With Kakashi being outside of his little, water prison, he'd end up taking out his Sharingan. And he proceeds to absolutely dick down on Zabuza before good old Haku shows up pretending to kill Zabuza and everything like that. So that would all go normally because, Kakashi would absolutely wreck him, and Zabuza would still be in a really bad mood because he just got wrecked by a single kid, because he knows it was only one of them. He knows it didn't take two of them to do that shit. So they basically are like, okay, whatever. We'll let Kakashi go and recover at this cabin, and me and Sasuke, we're gonna go train. We're gonna become real powerful shinobi. So with Naruto and Sasuke going to train, they learn tree walking. They learn it pretty easily because they have better chakra control than what they would in the original due to training more. So they learn that pretty easily. And Kakashi's like, well, next I want you guys to learn water. And then they interrupt him. They're like, no, Kakashi-sensei, we want to learn some good old-fashioned bigger fireball jutsus. And Kakashi's like, what? You want to learn a bigger fireball jutsu? Your fireball jutsu is already pretty powerful. And Naruto's like, no, we want to learn big boy fireball. And he's just like, fine, Naruto, fine. I don't know exactly how good old-fashioned Sasuke ended up learning the, whatever the fuck it's called, the Phoenix, whatever the fuck, the Fire Phoenix Jutsu, or whatever the heck that thing is called, but we're gonna say that Kakashi taught him it, and Kakashi is going to teach that to Naruto and Sasuke now. So, Naruto and Sasuke training to learn this big old fireball jutsu. They are, training for it. Kakashi is just, getting himself healed up, while Sakura is just like, oh my god, what am I going to do with these two? They're so hot. Her thing, because she's Sakura. Come on, what the fuck is she supposed to do? So, anyway, eventually Kakashi would get his little eyeballs healed because, he needed to recover his stamina. And he is just like, okay, we're going to go challenge them again because we need to go to the bridge. Or we're going to the bridge, basically. Naruto's like, okay, cool, we're going to the bridge then. Everybody goes to the bridge. Sakura decides that she wants to come along too because she thinks that she can be helpful because she's Sakura. So everybody goes up and they go to the bridge. There they have their second confrontation with Haku and Zabuza with Naruto and Sasuke. Or no, Sasuke goes alone again, and he challenges off against Haku. Well, good old-fashioned Kakashi would go and he'd face off against Zabuza for the second time. Same thing would happen with Sasuke. He'd be a little bit stronger, but that would just mean it would take even less time for Haku to realize he has to use his ice mirrors. So Haku would end up using his ice mirrors. Naruto would make a few shadow clones. They would stay outside of the ice mirrors, hiding away, making it so that nobody could really see them. And Naruto would go and he'd be like, hey, Sasuke, pretending to be an idiot and going inside of the ice mirrors too. But he has shadow clones outside of the ice mirrors that good old-fashioned Haku doesn't know about. So, Naruto and Sasuke are both inside of the ice mirrors, and they're watching the Sinban and watching Haku. The Sinban are the needles, obviously. And they're watching them, trying to figure out if they can react to them, seeing little blurs. And then eventually it starts to get a little bit more clear, a little bit clearer. Just little by little, it gets more and more clear. Eventually, they both awaken their Sharingan because they can. So, with them awakening the Sharingan, they can almost see. They still see this blur of where Haku is. And they can kind of see his needles now, and they're almost able to react to it, but not quite there yet. They start doing what Sasuke did with, trying to, perfectly time the shit with, using his fireball jutsu and hit Haku. He manages to graze him a few times, but never actually any concrete blows. With Haku realizing that, he knows that he's going to have to, take down one of them. And, then it would be a lot easier to take down the other. So, getting a distraction and with, putting one of them on the ground while the other has to do something, Naruto's basically put on the ground at this point. He can't, he got a Sinban to his knee and he's on his knees. He looks up and he sees, about 6 Sinban needles flying towards him and real fast. But Sasuke jumps in the way. Just like he does in the original. With Sasuke jumping in the way. This would obviously piss Naruto off to an insane degree because he thinks, Sasuke just got killed, and he unleashes some of the Nine Tails chakra. This was not enough to awaken the Mangekyo Sharingan because, he only had the one Tomo Sharingan. Maybe if we already had a perfected Sharingan, it would awaken it, but I don't fucking know. That don't make sense. So with Naruto, unleashing some of the Nine Tails chakra, all of the mirrors would shatter around him. And he would go and he would punch Haku directly in the gut. He would get sent flying back before Naruto was about to kill him, but then he restrained himself. Instead of killing Haku, Haku went and he told his good old story because, that's what he wants to do because talk no jutsu is a thing still. And so Haku was like, yeah, I really like Zabuza because he helped me when I was younger and my parents died and I have a sad anime backstory and yeah. So Haku does that, and Naruto's like, oh, that's sad. Well, too bad, because I'm about to kill you. But as Naruto's about to kill Haku, Haku dashes over, goes in front of Zabuza because, he was about to get Chidori'd. And good old-fashioned Haku gets Chidori'd. He falls to the ground dead, and Zabuza's like, oh, that's my boy, because, his good old son just, no, I'm kidding, not his son, but, his little helper got killed, and he's like, that's my boy, you're doing good. And then he realizes everything once Naruto talked no jutsu. Zabuza! That, he's like, actually, maybe I do like Haku. Maybe I didn't like the fact that he just died. Before he ends up getting killed because he's, getting killed. So the gang leader would end up showing up, and Naruto and everybody else would be like, you do realize you're not going to be able to do shit, right? And they go and they capture the gang leader. The bridge builder lives happily ever after inside of his village, and he continues to this day building bridges. The bridge is named the Great Naruto Bridge, just like in the original, and they all end up heading back to the good old Leaf Village, because that's exactly what they want to do, because they're, Leaf Shinobi. So, with them going back to the Leaf Village, they show up, at the Leaf Village, and some time would pass by, and Kakashi would be like, hey, I think you guys would be strong enough for the Chunin exams at this point. And everybody's like, ooh, that'd be fun. I think we could do that. So they end up joining the Chunin exams, starting with the written exams where everybody passes pretty easily. Naruto and Sasuke both use their Sharingan in order to, see what other people are writing down, while Sakura, does her smart stuff because she's Sakura and that's the only thing she's good at. So they basically begin the Forest of Death. However, that's where I'm going to leave this part off. So, see you guys in the next part. Peace out. Bye.